welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 with this Bavarian campaign. So, I actually, in between episodes here, had to scrap an entire video because I thought it would be clever to go ahead and attack Oldensburg. Oldensburg, of course, is only allied with the Batavian Republic, and I didn't think that would matter too much. But the entire thing managed to unravel the entire alliance, and you can imagine that that wasn't too great. So what I did was I sort of fell back on earlier saves, and that is where we are now. It still progressed though, since you can see that I've got two armies up here in the Mecklenburg region. I don't know if I mentioned that, we had a battle against the Prussians here, holding them off. It's out to resolve that I did. For some reason it turned out to be a great battle, and I actually lost one of my units in the battle because it was such a hard battle, even though it was just an out to resolve. With that said, I am kind of contemplating whether to go against Denmark. They have a lot of troops, as we can see. 2 full stacks and a bit of extra troops. So that's rather dangerous, I think. So what I think we might do instead is we go against the Prussians, which we can actually seize, set in Pomerania and gain a good port, and gaining some of that ground that I need to hold. Denmark is not part of what I consider my victory conditions. Setting is, hopefully, maybe if I take Copenhagen, I can trade that for, say, Hanover, and with controlling Hanover, I would have my snake country, the snakes across the middle of Europe, actually not be dotted and all over the place. So I would actually kind of have an unbroken line. Oh, you can't actually move through that forest, so I would need to get this as well. But could probably trade that province. So even though I kind of wanted to go here, I think we're actually going to go against Prussia over its setting. So I'm going to move my secondary army because that one is ready. This one needs a little bit more, and also I'm thinking the Danish will they've continuously attacked Hanover. I think they will continue with that. And I don't have enough troops to leave a substantial garrison here. So this is what we're doing right now. I should be within, I should be well within range to attack set in Pomerania. One thing that also has happened is I have gained a gentleman, which is a pamphleteer, and he's cautious, so nothing really helps him with his level of clamor for reform. Interesting. I wonder, you know, I probably could use him as a spy instead. I don't really need the happiness in this region. So we could take a look at some of the other regions, because as we can see, at this point the French have moved up. They've taken Königsberg, they've taken Warsaw. I was actually planning on taking Warsaw and liberating that as a Polish vassal. Probably wouldn't have worked so well. Someone would have, my ally, someone would have attacked it, but could be interesting to release Poland. So I guess we'll send him as a spy to Danzig to see what is going on there. And also I kind of want to... It would be nice... Oh, they've taken Croatia now as well. So the French have completely taken over everything. And, I mean, the front line is nowhere close to me anymore. I did also start thinking about a plan with this navy to invade the Balearic Islands, to take Palma. However, the British still has a very great naval presence, so they still have naval dominance, and it might not be too well to start messing with them. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end turn. We're gonna see what happens if the Danish march down, possibly go to attack us, or if I'm left to my devices to attack Settin Pomerania. Hopefully I can press it all the way to Danzig. But then I guess the question is kind of to you guys, because I don't see how I am going to be able to conquer all of Germany with France being this strong. There's no way I would be able to handle that, because I mean I have one province which I can recruit troops from, and I don't see how I could conquer against France. What would happen is, I could imagine I'm getting a bit, gaining like a bit of ground, but then immediately just getting swarmed by these full stacks, because France is so much bigger than me, and they've got so many more troops. What we can see right now is like there's a full stack here, there's a full stack there, there's a full stack here, there's one there, and then, you know, gather up the troops all over the place. You're talking about just within the territory here, which is nowhere near the front line, by the way. Probably 5-6 full stacks. And then we can imagine what they have throughout here. So, I mean, I could do my best, then Napoleon kind of wins, and then I try to go against Napoleon, and it'll just be me slowly being suffocated back into my original territory, and then finally destroyed. Because, I mean, when I lose my capital, I can't recruit any troops anymore. So then it's like, I'm done for. With that said, however, let's go ahead and turn and jump to the Battle of Settin Pomerania. Right, so we're back after the end turn, and the Danish are in fact moving a full stack. Not entirely sure if it's going to us or if it's going to attack Hanover. Doesn't really matter. We have an opportunity to destroy it, and afterwards we will be able to go ahead and attack the capital with more or less just one full stack defending it. Hopefully the Danish don't have time to recruit another one. And with that, I am able to lay siege to Settin Pomerania. Looks like a pretty good battle. I was contemplating on laying siege to it. Possibly, oh, you know what, it's winter, there's no point in laying siege to them. We'll just suffer casualties, and the Prussians would possibly be able to reinforce this region, even though they only have one other region left, which is Danzig. So right, without further ado, let's take Settin. The snow-covered fields lay before us, and right, my plan is as follows: to move forward and defeat the enemy. I've got my line infantry lined up in the middle. We've got the light brigade on this side, which comprises of 2 light units and 1 Jaeger battalion. We've got the elite brigade on this side, which is 2 units of grenadier guards, 1 unit of grenadier. We also have the heavier cavalry units on this side. In the middle I've got my cannons. Since I can only recruit 3 units of 12-pounders, this army has a 12-pounder and a 7-pounder howitzer. And with that said, let's move the generals to safety and start the battle. Right, we've got Prussian hussars. I'm gonna go ahead and move in front of the cannons, as they're stationed on a rather nice hill. Shouldn't be a problem. The light going into flank. My cavalry moving up. Now I actually kinda think it wasn't that great of an idea to place the cavalry over here. What we'll do is we'll place the cuirassiers here, and then I'll move the Bavarian chevaliers to the center, Just because the town is here, I don't see a great possibility of us conducting a lot of cavalry maneuvers on that side. Right now we can't see that many. We can see there's one cavalry unit riding around inside town. And we're kinda trying to shell it with the cannons. It doesn't go too well. They have a lot of... oh, here we go. Jaegers. I'll order the cannons to hold fire and then reselect it. This is not good. I was hoping... right. We'll have the cavalry move in here directly. Crap. We just shot away tons of our own horsemen. Looks like most of the enemy infantry is actually located within town. The line infantry will wheel accordingly. We've got the Jaeger battalion, it's going to move up there. And then as we are close to the infantry, we'll have the light units move to this side. We're going to hold right here because I don't want to advance too close to those Jaeger companies before we put some howitzer rounds and stuff. Oh, they're placing down spikes, are they? Look at that! The howitzer is completely useless. It exploded right there. And it killed no one. What's the point of having howitzer? It looks dangerous when they fly in and explode. But then when you actually see what they do, you actually realize they do nothing. I'm gonna tell the elite to fall back a bit. And then we're gonna have them come back at this angle instead. And then the we'll have the line infantry split up into 2 units. One in which is gonna go here. And the other one's gonna be close to that one. Okay, these guys, these grenadiers are moving up real fast. Gonna tell the heavy cavalry to move further to the flank. Ostpreußischen Grenadier of the Crown Prince readying to open fire upon us. They're gonna face the entire brigade, in my entire elite brigade. It looks like we're gonna get a shot, so not first. But given that we've got 3 units firing on them, you can imagine that we get more. We're gonna shoot them more than they will shoot us. This unit though has suffered a lot due to these guys. However, they stand, and with that, ah shit, I forgot. Or I guess I didn't notice what was going on here, which has caused 2 Prussian cavalry units to be able to sweep in on my light infantry, which is falling apart. Should really retreat into the square.
Our men are running, sir.
They're routed, however the square will hold and hopefully save some of my men. And hopefully the Prussians snag onto the square and they're halted by that. And while that happens, my Dragoon Guards will now strike the Prussians in the rear, because the Prussians are hussars. It's 2 units of hussars. Should be easy for my Dragoons to sweep away. And hopefully we'll make sure that these guys do not bother us again. And with that, let's see if we can move up to this ridge. Gonna have to try to navigate these 2 bombs which they've placed down. Right, Jaeger company firing upon us. With that, there's nothing for it. Let's move up. Start shooting down the enemy. The heavy cavalry is gonna move into flank, be ready to charge in. Should do quite well. Looks like we completely annihilated those Hussar units. And we're now in a really good... Oh, I'm set off the bomb with barely losing anyone. And that clears a lot of ground that we can take up. And we kind of force the enemy into a half circle. And with just the superior amount of firepower we're putting down, looks like we're dealing with the Jaeger company. Hussar unit decides to move rather close to my cuirassiers, which seems rather foolish of them. And so let's force them away. I was just wondering what they were doing. They're moving up there. I guess they were moving into the flank of my Bavarian Grenadiers. I'm not entirely sure why I call them Bavarian Grenadiers. All my units are Bavarian. If I'm ever allowed to recruit troops from other regions, then maybe I could go ahead and call them Bavarian Grenadiers. This cavalry unit just rode in front of us. It's all Hussars though. I guess the line infantry unit realized what was going on as we cut through the Hussars, and they're starting to fall back. We're gonna just try to rush down all that comes in our way here. And we save this flank from kind of being in the danger zone. That bloody Jaeger company is still alive, and they've only lost about half their men. Right, with us taking this, we need to gain some ground. We're gonna try to avoid that bomb. Gonna get the line infantry to advance. Get the flank going first before I move up the elite brigade. And the cavalry at this point need to retire. Completely forgot about this one. He might be needed. Where did my cuirassiers go? Oh, they're here? What? How did you end up here? Behind everything. Move over to this side. Maybe you can do some aid there. Now with the line infantry up, the grenadier or the elite brigade will move up. That bomb went off without causing a lot of casualties. That means I can go ahead and move these into position. Jesus Christ, they really just slaughter everything. Let's get this unit inside. And then see about gaining some ground here.
We've taken a building, sir.
Are we under fire here? Yes. But I'm just gonna go ahead and charge. And then given that I have such a superior amount of heavy cavalry at this point, we're just gonna charge them down and charge through everything. And hopefully that will work out. Ah, crap. Bavarian Grenadier Regiment is pulling back. They suffered a lot against the Crown Prince Regiment. Oh, you haven't been able to break that. The Cuirassiers broke this regiment. Let's see if you can get through the veterans as well. You know what?
Our men are running, sir.
Full advance into town. Because my cavalry is kind of breaking down. So I'm gonna order just a massive bayonet attack into town.
Our men are running, sir.
I think we kind of shot ourselves here. The Pioneer Company's held out against our onslaught. Lots of units being forced back, but at the same time we've got quite a few getting stuck in bayonet style. Let's have the general move in, see if we can help out the situation here. Order the cannons to reselect targets, and I kind of need to redraw this line. And then we kind of broke the enemy over here, so we can redraw a line through here. The Prussians are kind of winning here. Let's see, my general on his way, he needs to rally those guys. And also we have a few, the cavalry is rallying, and we've got line infantry unit rallying. So at least hopefully I can hold them on until say this unit and this one finds good positions. Oh, it's an infantry unit as well. Let's see if the general can support that light infantry unit and hold, just so it holds that against the veteran musketeers for long enough. Should be able to win this battle, since our unit is in good order compared to the enemy.
Our men are running, sir.
Ah shit, that means he can get through almost to the general. He needs to retire. Don't think the Cuirassiers or the enemy line infantry will be able to do anything there. These cavalry units should probably be able to charge the enemy down. And I can tell this unit to move over to focus here. We can draw some new funky lines. And it looks like we're about to win this battle. Let's have the cavalry chase everyone down, make sure that they are gone. See if you can filter through the houses and get up into a flank position there.
Victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
See if you guys can advance even further on this. It's a guard Jaeger company though, so it's could be a bit nasty with these close range shots. Superior firepower though should gain us victory. Ah, I thought this unit would be able to go around like that, or in between the houses, not to bloody well go straight in front of everything. We've got a really heavy fight, or we had a really heavy fight going on right here, given the casualties. All the cavalry kind of got stuck here. Lots of Prussian troops lying dead, and there we have it, I believe. The Prussians are defeated. There's no point in chasing them down more than to gain chevrons, and I think we can't really gain more than we have, or we can, but not with the few casualties that are the enemies that are left. So I think we'll just go back to the campaign map after seeing this. So, right, let's do that. Victory is ours! Lost a lot of men, heavy casualties. As we can see, 1,400, so almost half the army. However, we did win and we took this territory, which I think was worth it. Highest kill count, Bavarian Dragoons. I don't know how they managed to get that much post experience. 6! And the only difference in between these two units is that they have fewer men remaining, which I guess is the point why they got so many more chevrons. But look at the difference here. So it's a difference of 9 kills, and this one gets 6 experience, and this one gets 1. Pretty good though. This one's, however, this army's first battle, so I guess it's a really baptism by fire. And with another territory under our belt, means that we're gonna get even more money, which is very good. Oh, a Russian navy. We don't like that, but a new port we do like. And hopefully I'll be able to scout out. Where is he? Where is my... oh yeah, he went towards the capital of Austria. So he will be at Danzig. We'll be able to see Danzig within 2 turns, if there isn't a lot of French guys standing away. And anyways, if we're going to talk about a strategy against France, then the strategy against France is, since they have the same problems I do, they can only recruit troops within their home regions. I mean, there's probably certain areas where they can get troops. I imagine they can get like special troops, special German troops and stuff. I know France is the one that has the highest ability of recruiting troops in foreign territory. But most of their really great provinces which they can recruit is on this side, or in France proper. So if we go to war with France, then a push towards actual France is more of a concern than pushing towards here, but I don't know how I'm supposed to... Oh, you know what? Russians are pushing back on the French, and they're taking Lemberg. So that could be... The thing is, if France collapses, I'll collapse with it, so... It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. It's... I want France to do poorly so I can take over Germany, but it's kind of a shame that Bavaria can't recruit in the other German territories. Like, why wouldn't Bavaria be able to recruit troops in Hesse, while I'm pretty sure the French can do it? But I guess they never fleshed out the Bavarian campaign that much. Which, I mean, the real like hindrance, the real handicap for me, more than just starting with one territory, is the fact, and starting in between 2 major factions at war with each other, is the fact that I have only 1 province that I can recruit troops from. Right, with that said, I think we'll go ahead and end it here, and next time we might open up with a battle against the Danish as a start. Contemplating here, since it's gonna it's probably gonna take a while to march afterwards, after this battle, to march. Actually, I'm not gonna be able to because damn. Because the Danish will be able to so quickly probably reinforce their region, and then the resupply rate within Mecklenburg is so crap that it's gonna be hard for us to, like, as soon as my army is, well, say if I lost 1,000 men attacking there, I have 2,000 against probably like 4,000, which is a lot. And I'm not going to be able to replenish. If I move back to replenish, then they're gonna put that second full stack there again, because they seem to be shitting them out rather quickly, unless my agent can sabotage their army building. But that's 11%. So yeah. With that said, I'm hoping. Oh, Danzig has fallen to the French, right? So there's no further. I have no. Right, that kind of stumps my ambition, because my ambition was to claim all of the German territories. But they're all claimed now by my ally, or by me. So the question is, how to defeat France and take over? And then I'm not entirely sure what, like, provinces I would include. I guess we have to include Vienna, the Vienna region, and we'll have to include Baden-Württemberg. We also have to include Klevsmark, Hanover, Oldenburg. So the line goes like that. Not Switzerland. And then upwards, Bohemia would be included, Saxony would be included, Brandenburg would be included, Danzig would be included, and Eastern Prussia would be included. Not Greater Poland, not Hungary, not Moravia. Alsace-Lorraine. Would we include that? Possibly. I guess we would. Huh. Right. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to figure that out. With that said, however, we're gonna go ahead and end the video right here. So, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you for the next one. Bye!